Hi, I'm Shauna with Infinity Readings, and this is the reading for the Gemini female in a coupled relationship. Hey guys, I wanted to take a minute here just to kind of acknowledge what I've done for this winter season. I managed to change up a few things. I vamped the logo a little bit. I actually got Aaron at Active Dynamics here. He has managed to make my intro for me, so I'm very thankful for that. He did a great job. I couldn't have done it. So thanks, Aaron, for that. I appreciate it immensely. And also to Ikson for my theme music. It's beautiful, upbeat, happy tunes. I can't get enough. I am now going to his page because it's just that great. It's all good gravy stuff. So I couldn't have revamped my winter season without these dudes around me. So I'm lucky enough to have them in my corner. So thanks, guys. Ikson, great work. Aaron, thanks again. Great work. So take care, guys. Enjoy your season. And Ikson, if you ever want a reading, just hit me up, man. Just email me. I will kick in and we'll set something up. In the meantime, take care. Have fun, you guys, and enjoy the readings. I'll be taking 3 feminine cards to overview the general energies of the reading, and then I'll work my way into the rest of the reading, and we'll slowly get into the love and sex side of things. And this is projected for the time span over the winter. So in North America, that's like November, December, January, February, March, that time period. Alrighty, I'm just gonna jump in. The first card I get for the general energies for the Gemini female and a coupled is irresistibility. So irresistibility, she is feeling that she is untouchable. They give me the word untouchable. There's a sense here that we have a powerfulness coming from us, okay? So that is really overpowering the whole thing. Now on the left here, we have faith. So there may be something we have drawn from our faith in order to feel or inadvertently create that sense of irresistibility, right? Because we really do have to have faith in something for it to work through for us. And I feel like that is pinging off the irresistibility. We have a lot of faith in a certain area here, and it's making us irresistible, okay? And then on the left, we have commitment. So it may be to the partner that you are committed to that this irresistibility is coming off in a good way, okay? So we'll see where this sits more closely as we move in. Fucking fly. Okay. So the first card we get for the Gemini female is the Knight of Swords. So that's the charging in, kicking, well, maybe not kicking and screaming, but charging in, charging forward, and using your power and aggression to do so. Okay, so obviously this woman is charging into something, and we'll figure out what it is as we go here, with all her power and force forward, right? Because the Gemini is an air and it's in her element, and she is using all her power to go forth in that way. The next card we get is the Knight of Pentacles, which is interesting. Because if we talk about opposing forces character-wise, this would be it. If we have a Knight of Swords, he is charging. He is the fastest guy in the deck, going in, the most aggressive, da-da-da. And the Knight of Pentacles is the complete opposite. Slow, steady, sturdy. Knight of Swords can also go about things in a way where he doesn't think before he acts. He just moves, and, you know, he makes explosions, and then after he realizes, I got to deal with this, the aftermath of this. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles, man, he's planned everything down, right down to the finest minute detail, and he makes sure that everything is in perfect place before he goes. So complete polar opposites here. So we may have a sense here, again, Geminis are twins. So we may have a sense of character here coming apart from the Gemini female, that she is in two modes of being. One where she's feeling like she's slow and steady, and another where she's rushing through and charging through and being kind of destructive. So as we move forward here, we have the Ten of Wands creep in. The Ten of Wands is about a completion of a cycle, but a burden feeling nonetheless. We are at the end of our rope with something that we are carrying, and we have to let it go. Okay, that's pretty simple. The next card we get after that is the Two of Swords, and that's the stalemate card. I feel like there's a bit of stubbornness here when dealing with this burden, whatever it is. There's a burden upon us, and we're feeling two ways about it. We're feeling passive and very planned out, and then we make rash decisions quickly and attacking things. So there's a sense of going in both directions when dealing with this, but nonetheless, a Two of Swords is I can't get anywhere. I feel like on a deeper issue here with what's going on for the general energy, I'm not getting anywhere. I almost like a give up, like you said, give up, but I'm getting a sense too that it's a deeper, like I don't see the answer here. Okay. So as we go into the second row here, into the Dreamer's Tarot, I get the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is the Dramarama card, right? We're creating havoc. And if it's under the Knight of Swords, we're going in, rushing into things to create havoc. So you got to be aware of that energy that can trip you up. Now, the Eight of Swords is about when we feel limited in our solution. We can't find a solution. Yet it sits there in front of us, but we are not looking in the right direction to find the answer in the right way. So this is part of that process. This person is feeling very much like they need to charge in and create chaos, but they're doing it in a blind sort of way. They're doing things that they are not understanding the reasons why they're doing it. They don't understand. They're just reacting. And then they're going to worry about consequences later. And that can be very, again, destructive. So the Dramarama man, these are the chaos makers. They go out and they stir up shit. And then they don't worry about them. Somebody else can clean up the mess. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. The Knight of Swords. And not only that, they're creating the drama, but they're rushing in there. And they got an excitement to do so. So be wary of that. Can get you into trouble. So under the Knight of Pentacles, we get the Queen of Swords. So if we're slow, steady, and methodical, the Queen of Swords is about really cutting things and realizing that we got to get to the truth of matters. And I feel like that's the reason, that's their rational reason for doing what they're doing here. They're rushing in there because they figure they got the right, or they got the right to stir up shit in order to get to the truth. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. The next card, the Ten of Wands. What's this burden? The Lovers. So we are burdened by a lover here. And this may be where all the chaos is coming, okay? We may be creating chaos in our personal romantic relationship in order to unburden ourselves from something or someone that is coming oppressed. We are feeling oppressed by the partner, and we have some decisions to make, yet the Two of Swords is hovering here going, we're not going to make that decision. We have decided that we are undecided about this. So on top of that, we get the Page of Pentacles. And here, moreover than anything else, it is about knowledge that you need, but you are not looking in the right areas to gain, and nor are you accepting it when it comes at you. I feel like I'm batting away. That's not the answer. I feel like the answers have maybe come across you, and that's that Dramarama. It's like, I've heard this. That's not right. Our viewpoint is in the wrong areas. We're looking in the wrong areas for our answers, period. We're kind of in a shitstorm, and we enjoy that shitstorm, and that's the problem. We're in a loop of creating dust storms for people, and we enjoy that. We don't worry about the answers or what can come, because I don't care. I have the power to create the dust storm, and that's what I'm going to do. And answers, I don't care, because I don't want to solve my oppression that I have at home. I don't want to solve the problem that's at home. So the knowledge is sitting there. The universe wants to offer it to you, or has offered it to you in the past. But it is facing away from all of the drama, all of the thought process of cutting away and getting to truth. She's not even looking in that direction either. There is an omission of that whole side of things. The answers are over here, so therefore we face here, and we create chaos here, and this is how we deal. So it's very kind of a destructive zone getting for the Gemini female. And if we're dealing with a relationship, man, it's just pretty heavy. Okay, so I use the Lenormand to kind of chop up the energy in between the general and the romantic and sexual energies. So the first card I get for that is 18, the dog. That comes on top of the Dramarama here. Okay, so the dog is about loyalty, trust, friendship, you know, partnership, feelings secure with someone's, you know, someone's got your back. That's the dog, the companionship, right? So we have that on top of the Dramarama, okay, and the charging in. So I feel like this is what we're looking for, is companionship, but it's puzzling because it's like we are in a relationship here. There's something going on. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, on top of her, we get 33, which is the key. Which, when I pull that card out, they go, that is about synchronicity. There's no two ways here. We are coming in instinctively, creating synchronistic events, and this person is batting it off and saying, nope, I have my direction. And they're completely right wing, left wing. So in other words, there is the answer to the left, but they are looking to the right, and they will look back to see, okay, you know, there's my answer. No, and they will continue to go in the wrong direction, and they're going, when we know this is the answer. So they're going, we don't understand. So the keys here, there are keys here that she has, she refuses to use, nor look at, nor rationalize with, okay? So the Lovers, what's on top of that? 31. We have the Sun. The Sun is on the Lovers. So it seems like there's some creation of chaos here being made upon or towards our lover, our partner. And that is highly expected, meaning the sun is shining here on the partner. And the sense I get here is that that is a good partner for us. That is our partner. And we need to deal in the right ways. I feel like the Gemini female in a coupled relationship here is trying to sabotage their partner. But they're going, no, this is our partner. We got to join forces with, not oppose the partner. What is going on? So they're trying to sabotage the partner and get them into trouble here. I feel like the sun is a symbol that this is our partner and this is who we need to be with. So what's going on? Why are we so conflicted? Page of Pentacles is about the universal knowledge here, right? And 44 is the magnifying glass. There's something we're missing. We're missing something, and I completely feel that this Gemini female is so lost. I don't know that they will find their way back, okay? So the universe has sent out a few messages here, some knowledge forward, and all of that, and we are being batted off with a stick, a bat, and a bulldozer. Get it out of the way. It keeps coming back, and so there is not a sense of not knowing what is right here. We know what is right. We do not want to deal with that for whatever reason, okay? So I feel like the Gemini female is really in the chaos state here. And we'll see if we can get to the underneath here, what's going on. So there is something they are missing. They're missing a huge factor here in trying to create harmony and peace. And yeah, it's not like it's not known. It is completely overted. Overt? No, it is a completely averted. They're going around it, right? Oh yeah, we know, but just completely like memory loss. They'll take it out and it's not there. So their plan of attack here is just to create chaos upon the partner, and they're really not looking at logistics or anything that makes any sense to create harmony, because harmony is not their, it seems like harmony is not their goal. Chaos is here. It's what is ruling the day. Okay, so on top of the 18, the loyalty, the symbol of the dog, right? We have the romantic tarot card, which is really the universe has some tricks up its sleeve, and they're going to unroll those over the winter season, man. They're just really unrolling on a lot of signs here over the winter. There's a lot of secretive mechanics, if you will, that the universe is going to pull out all its stops over the winter here to get people to understand things. Now, I think what's going on here is that we have opposed our partner, thinking that that is not the partner for us, and now have turned against them. And now we're having to deal with that chaos. We're having to deal with being with a partner that we've all of a sudden just flipped a switch on them. It's like, oh, I love you, and then all of a sudden, nope, you're my, I'm not meant to be with you. I'm meant to be anywhere but here. And it's like, I'm going to make your life a living hell, and that's it. That's kind of what I feel like this person is deciding to do. So it's confusing. So on top of the synchronicity card, which is, they're telling me it's the key, it's the answers. The answers are there. She has the answers, but we are not going in that direction. Okay, so the answers are there. On top of that, in the romance, we have the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is about being attended to, being fawned over, being flirted with, being attended to. They're going tended to quite highly. We have a high demand for this attention, and we expect it to be carried out. And when it's not, this is what we do. We create chaos. So this is the position this person's in, kind of like a little bratty kid. If I don't get my way, I'm going to stomp my feet, and you're going to pay. So the partner, right? So this is not a happy household, I don't think, for the partner of the Gemini female. She's very much trying to get her way here, but nonetheless, I feel, and there is no tower here, but it's coming. Or if it has not dropped already, and this may be a little bit of kicking and screaming from realizing that. Okay. 31 on the sun. What do we have here? We have the Empress. The Empress is about motherhood, about abundance, about being fulfilling. We have a picture here of dogs in the background with that. So gathering together and getting a family. And I feel like this may be her goal, is to just have a happy family. Yet we are in no way creating this for ourselves, because it is our duty to create chaos. So with the Empress, that does not align. Okay, but I feel like this is where she wants to be. She wants to have children and be the abundant person in that man's life, because the Empress really is the epitome of the feminine wiles that every man wants to see in a woman, right? The kind of the archetype of the feminine female. She has, she's fertile, and she's compassionate, she's warm, and she's empathizing, and all of those beautiful, wonderful, godlike things are coming out of the Empress. She's got really no bitterness to her. That, and I wouldn't say that the High Priestess does either, but it's all the good, warm, wonderful things are coming out of the Empress. It doesn't match with the energy that the Gemini female is carrying here. Not that she doesn't have the ability to do that, but she chooses not to do that. She chooses not to be in that. So this kind of sticks out to me as like this is her goal, but we're nowhere near where we want to be. Okay, so 44 on what do we need to look closer at? I get the 8 of Pentacles in the romance deck. And the 8 of Pentacles is about laughing, being happy and free. All of those things, it's really the epitome of ultimate bliss with your partner. And what they're saying is we need to take a time to look at the moments that we are blissful with our partner, not the moments that we are not blissful, right? This is that whole attraction thing. And it is that way more so, I think, in a relationship where you have a person there day in and day out. When you have a negative thing happen, you can expand that to be the whole relationship is negative. But they're going, yeah, no, we need to look closer because we're not looking at the good things. We're looking at the bad things. And this is why we're ending up in the area that we're at, because we're looking at every single bad mistake that was made here and we're throwing it back at the partner. And that's what's going on. So they're going, we need to take a closer look at what? The more positive aspects here, the relationship, and dwell on those. Simple as that. So as we move into the sex side of things, the first card we get is the Lovers. Now that is on top of the Universal Mechanics card I call, which is basically there are things here that can't be revealed. So there's a little bubble here in between the loyalty and the Lovers. So beware of that. Something that cannot be revealed because it has to be dealt with in the moment. Yeah. That, man, that could go either way. So if we go into the Seven of Cups here, talking about that attentiveness. The partner, either she's demanding of the partner this or is very chaotic when she does not receive this and creates that chaos. Underneath that, we have the Knave of Wands. Underneath that, we have the Knave of Wands. And the Knave of Wands is about passionate interactions with the partner, right? So passionate, deeply, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Very passionate connections in the bedroom. So we may be having this to a high degree. Okay. Yeah, they're going, what's going on here is the partner is supplying the Gemini female with the attentiveness and all of that, and that is rewarded by passionate lovemaking, right? So in the process here, it's like you give me that, I give you this, and that's the system that's coming off here. Yeah, seems to be a bit of a it's funny because the Gemini female, the partner, is very low key, very low energy that I pick up on, but nonetheless he is rewarded highly for his attention to her in the bedroom. Okay, so the next card we get is 3, the Empress, right? On top of that, we get the 8 of Cups. Now, the 8 of Cups is disturbing because that's the fake love card. That's the card where I'm showing off to everybody. I'm fine. I'm great. I'm wonderful. But things are not quite that way. It's like we're expanding our view here into dream world, saying, you know, everything's great. So I think what it is here, because it's right on the Empress, is like, I am the Empress. She's like pretending to be the Empress and pretending that everything is great and good and wonderful. Okay. So though we have a base here of we have a matched pair, but at the same time, we got to watch that we're not putting on a mask for others and not dealing directly with what we have in reality. Again, there's a reality problem here for the Gemini female all the way through, that we have to pretend to be better at things than we actually are, instead of a goal. Like they're going, this Empress should be a goal, not what we've attained, because we have not attained that yet. This is the facade they're putting on. They're putting on a facade for others, and it is that I am the perfect wife and I may be the happiest, but there's a lot more going on here and a lot more growth to get to that place. Not that we can't attain it. It's just we got to grow more to see it clearly, and instead of fooling ourselves to say that we are something that we're not. Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles, that's that happy card, being laughing and joking and really truly being authentic with someone else. On top of that, we get the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is a water sign of Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. So that could be the epitome of your partner, or you could have elements in your chart this way. But nonetheless, that is the compassionate, heart-centered place that you need to be in order to deal with all of these things. Because I feel like in the bedroom, these two mesh a lot more than they do outside of the bedroom. Outside of the bedroom, it's complete chaos. But every once in a while, the partner jumps in, gives her some attention, gets what he wants, and then it goes through that cycle. Then they get rewarded, and then it goes back to, you're not paying enough attention, and I gotta get it. And then when he does, he steps up, then they go in and they reward him, and this is the loop this couple is going through, okay? So it's a bit of a, it's interesting, but it's funny because the Gemini female, her coupled energy match just really overpowers the partner. I do not feel the partner is being authentic, and I feel like this makes it harder for her to be authentic in the relationship. So I feel like that's part of the process here, that we need to learn to be authentically who we are, no holds barred. What makes us truly happy, and da da da. So we need to go and flush that fake facade of what, you know, worrying too much about what other people think of us, really, and within the coupled relation, and then burdening our partner with that as well. Oh, we have to, you know, behave yourself because we have to be. Because I think the partner is stifled from completely by the Gemini female, is what I'm getting. The partner is stifled from being who they are. And that just leads to a whole smack of problems right there. But that's the sense I'm getting from the partner, is so bad at, no, you can't do this, can't do that, can't do that, that he's not even himself anymore. And he may not even know who himself is. So the partner is really, to a degree, just there to pick up on the rewards. Okay. In the meantime, he's being stifled. And I feel like it's the Gemini female that's stifling him the most. So be aware of that you're not giving your partner the freedom to roam with in his own personality, and you can't grow unless you have a complete partner next to you. So there's a sense of stifling the partner in order to deal with our needs. There's some kind of selfish stuff here going on, immature stuff. But nonetheless, very hectic, frantic energy that kind of mixes with, yeah, I do have time to relax and chill and think things over. So a dichotomy of energy moving fast and then slow, you know, fast, slow. So it's kind of a lot to deal with within that zone. But nonetheless, I feel like they're in the bedroom, they're getting a lot better than outside, because there's a lot of chaos being made by the Gemini female. She really has to look at why that's happening. Like, she understands, she's just reacting and creating chaos and not understanding why. Okay, so I've went horizontally. I'm going to go down vertically and see if we can break apart some more root things here to bring up. The Knight of Swords, that's that frantic coming in, and I feel like this is the process of the back and forth within a relationship, right? You have the dips where it's going good and then it goes bad, and that's how the contrast is, how you see that you appreciate the partner. So the Knight of Swords is just that rushing in and having an agenda and putting that forth. Then the Eight of Swords is, yeah, hey, there's the chaos. Okay, we're seeing that there's things here we can use, but we're not wanting to use it. We just charge forth without thinking, and frankly, we're just going to create chaos because that makes us feel more comfortable than dealing with the real issues. Now, there seems to be 18, the dog is under that. That seems to be a question here in the loyalty. So that may be where the chaos is coming from, is we are questioning our partner's loyalty here. And that is what we are creating chaos for. Okay, so 18, the dog, and the loyalty. On top of that is the romantic tarot. So having to do with that, we are going to be left alone to deal with our consequences, I guess, of our actions, is basically what they're saying. That is really what they want that card to mean. So there will be some consequences coming down here for the actions of rushing in without thinking. So on top of that, we have the Lovers, and that is the direct area that is going to hit. So be aware of that, because there is a sense here, this person, this Gemini female, she's very highly attuned to what she, you know, the answer here, but we are getting away with, and they're going not for long, getting away with the treatment that we're taking out on the partner without actually dealing with all the facts. Okay, so the next card we get is the Knight of Pentacles, and that's that slow, steady, dependable energy. Now, what's going on there? Well, the dependable energy is you can depend on her to try and get to the truth of the matter. And that is what she's dedicated to. And that is what she has in her slow, steady, dependable way is going to be focused on forward. And 33 is about synchronicities coming from the universe to tell her and guide her, yet we are not listening. We are aware, we are taking it in, but we will not take it forward and make decisions based on this. We understand, we see, we perceive, but we will not utilize. So this is that. And this, I feel very much Tower's coming here. Tower's coming because we have pushed, shoved, kicked this person to get them to understand they're not listening. Okay, so it's 33 is about synchronicities. Universally outside of you, there are going to be signs telling you exactly what's going on. Start listening. And on top of 33, we have the 7 of Cups, which is about the attention. And I feel like this is a huge issue or lesson here. We need to gain attention. I feel like the Gemini female is in a position where if she doesn't get attention, then shit starts to hit the fan. And that's a very simplistic, immature way to look at things, but that's really what's going on here. And also, I feel like they're going, yes, this also has to do with attentive needs of the partner. Because if we are not looking at the partner as needing us, or need is a bad word, as, hold on here, because they're reverting to the partner, and they're going, the Gemini female is looking at their partner as you serve me, but they never take into account the fact, or they're not taking into account the fact, how can I serve you? And that has an effect as well. Subtly, they're going very subtle, and that's why it's gone on for so long. Now, on the 7, that's the attentiveness. That's highly what the Gemini female is after. You attend to me, please. And if you don't, it's like there's going to be problems, okay? So on top of that is the Knave of Wands. Now, the Knave of Wands is that symbol that, yeah, once he does, then he gets highly rewarded. Very passionate in the bedroom, and it gets reverberated in that way, in that area. Okay, but I'm getting a sense here out of the bedroom, man, all bets are off. It's kind of like that. So you gotta be careful here. It's a little bit of a, yeah, very tend to me energy. Okay, so 10 of Wands here is about burdens. And in the beginning, I felt that was the relationship. So there is something burdening here in the relationship. And I do not, well, when we go one further, it's the Lovers. And I feel like that is really the mode that this Gemini female is in. You are burdening me, and you are not, even though they're getting rewarded and they have that vicious circle in the bedroom, I feel like she feels overall burdened by her partner. And until she gets through that, works through that, that's not going to get better. So that is the root cause here. She's feel burdened by her partner, and that's why I think the chaos is coming forth. On top of that, we get 31, which is the Sun. And that's really, I feel, is trying to say here, you know, in case the Gemini female is thinking, this is not the partner for me, I need someone else, this is not right. The universe is going, no, this is your match. This is your match, but we have to deal with them because they are really trying to illuminate or help us grow. But if we refuse this, we will be very much alone, because this is who we are meant to be with and where we are supposed to go. But we are not looking at things anywhere near close to the way that we should be. And they're going, an appreciation for, because this is not coming forth. We are really, they gave me the word embarrassed, like the person is embarrassed to be with the partner So that's a long way from appreciation. So be aware of that. So on top of the sun is the Empress, and that's that. I feel like that's the front she's putting on to others outside. And this is why I think maybe would describe more the embarrassment, is because we're really pretending to be something we're not. So when we can't, like, I can pretend and I can control how I pretend, but I cannot control how my partner pretends. I cannot make them pretend in a way that is satisfactory to me. It's a great pretender here, trying to portray a life and trying to make her partner keep up, but actually her partner's needing to just be himself so that she can go down a few notches and realize that, yeah, not everybody has to pretend to be somebody else wants, because it's just you and me. So you either have to be what I want or what's going on here, or we're going to have a disjointment, right? Which I feel to a degree the partner is very low key in the relationship. The male or the partner, the Gemini female's partner, is very low key. So either, which would go along with the rest of the reading to say that, yes, they are very diminished with the partner, meaning putting them down and lowering them compared to, I sit up here, but you need to stay down there. And that's the stifling and the burden I feel upon the, the oppression upon the other partner. It's putting up with that. So, and that will create consequences, and I see very clearly here the path that could open up. Okay, now 3, the Empress. On top of that, we get the 8 of Cups, and that's the fake love card, pretending to everybody that there's nothing going on here, that we don't have no problems. So I feel like the chaos, even though it's outside of the bedroom, it's still in the home, and that's where it happens. That's the base. As soon as we're outside of the doors, the smiles come on and everybody goes, and that's the facade, right? So that's the stuff we really have to let go of, because it takes too much energy to upkeep. And not only that, it's not making our relationship better in any way whatsoever. We really have to face facts here. This is what we have. We have an energy match partner, and there's a denial for the for the Gemini female. There's a denial to look at that. For some reason, they're putting their partner down, but they're going, no, this is an energy match. We are both in this boat together, and we are both resonating. We are a mirror. We just don't want to look at those things within ourselves. So then we isolate the partner and make the partner look bad, but in the same time, we're not dealing with any of it within ourselves, within the partner, nothing. They're just putting the partner down and continuing forward. So this is not healthy, very immature, and very much in a way of not solving any of the issues, right? In the meantime, the universe is really screaming at them, and they're not hard of hearing. They're not hard of hearing. They hear very well. They're just kind of like, la, 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 I'm not looking there. So it's really an inability to want to grow into the relationship. So if you don't want to grow into it, somebody's going to go out. So as we move on here, we have the 2 of Swords, and that's that stalemate. That's the indecision that she has. All these things are coming at her universally, instinctively, maybe even bold-facedly coming at her, but she is continually deciding to not make a decision forward. And I feel like the decision is to tune out. I'm tuning out. So therefore, I don't need to make a decision, because that just don't mean nothing to me. But in the meantime, we're not going to get any better or any closer to solving things, or even any happier. Because really the happiness we're having here is starting to turn a corner, is what they're saying. They're going, this happiness is starting to turn to sadness, and it's going to start to turn to depression. And there is reasons for this, and we have omitted them all along the way. So 2 of Swords goes to the Page of Pentacles. That's the universal energy wanting to come forth. There's an offer here of all of that energy. It is being served. They're going on a gold platter. Gold platter we're serving it up on. 44 is we need to look more at those details that we're omitting. 8 is the 8 of Pentacles. That's where we want to be, the happy home life. And not only that, happiest with our partner, belly laughing till we can't handle it. These are the things that are capable within this very relationship. These are the things we are locking out by our behavior and the way we are acting towards our partner. So beware. The next card, Queen of Cups. So this is the energy that we can encompass. We have the tools to do this, and we have the gumption. We just refuse to do it. It's laziness. They're going downright laziness and outright chaotic making. Like it's the chaos making society here. And if this is going to bode for peace, love, and harmony, I want none of it. That's what they're saying. So we really got someone here who likes the shit disturb. They're in a bit of a mode here where they're habitually doing so. And this gets them happy to a degree. They're going not as happy as they could in the peace and harmony if it was dealt with properly. But nonetheless, this is where they sit. Our win-lose battle. And as long as I'm winning, I feel giddy and happy. But they're going, that is not true happiness, darling. That is chaos making. And we end up alone when we continue to do this. So that is the warning. They're going, there's no more that needs to be said. This woman knows where she sits. She knows. The refusal will have consequences, simple as that. So for the new season, right, over the winter season here, we got some stuff to deal with, and I feel like there's not a sense here that this woman's going to turn that corner. But nonetheless, the warning's been given. So if that is you, take note. That is the way she goes. It seems like there's chaos maker here. It's plain and simple. We're pretending to be something we're not. In the meantime, we may end up losing the whole lot. That we are pretending to be as well as what we are not pretending to be. We lose everything. So hopefully you see this and you can thwart that and make that not happen, because that would be sad state if that flows through in that way of just denial till we crash and burn. So for the Gemini female and a coupled man, this is kind of, it's got to wake up a little bit. I think it's a grow up situation. We just got to grow up into something that is less childish. That's the word they gave me. Childish. We're acting childish and immature, and we got to work our way out of it. So for the overall energies, irresistibility. So there's a sense here of power that she is taking from, and it may be these little win-lose situations, and that's the irresistibility, the ego that she may be coming from. I did sense that earlier. I didn't want to say it to put it out in the reading, but there's an ego here, and that is what is ruling. And they're going, yes, this is very much the block that she has. We have an ego here that drives the bus, and it is getting us into trouble because he's not seeing all the obstacles on the road properly, and eventually we're going to end up crashed. Now, on the left side, we have faith. Faith is about what we believe in. And there is a core here running from this woman of what she believes in, but it ain't instinct and it ain't universal energies. She is on the wrong side of things. So she needs to fix that right quick, because that will carry a dust storm of its own chaos. Yeah, so the faith here, she's on the wrong side of it. Heavily believing in such, though, and letting it taking her with her, right? This is kind of that false sense of security that she has is really going in the wrong way. Now, the card on the other side is commitment. That, I think, is what is at stake here, is the commitment to the relationship. Either way, and even though we're at a stalemate here, I think to keep the relationship, that's what I feel the Gemini female is being driven by. I feel like that is the one thing she's going to lose if she continues down this road of wrong thinking and wrong direction. So that is not good, because it's a lot more dire than I started out with the energies, right? Because the irresistibility, I did feel the ego in the beginning. I'm like, I don't want to start with the ego. Let's just take that out of it and get in here. And they're like, oh no, it's all over. we gotta harness that in. It's taking over and taking us down. And this is the warning. The universe is going, we have faith, but this is not the faith that we need to come from. This will trip us up. So we have to decide what we're committed to and go in that direction and make those decisions. I feel like the indecision, just kind of hiding behind that, right? The answer is there. She wants to make a decision and move forward, but she refuses to. So she needs to do that. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but I feel like that's going to free you up to go whichever way you choose, right? So we have faith here in something, and it may be a situation where we got our ego mixed up with our intuition, and therefore those are the decisions that we're making continually, and they are tripping us up, but we're not listening. So be aware, man, because that is a crash and burn, you know what? And I'm feeling the tower coming down heavy over my next reading or something, or near the end there, March, spring. So we'll see what happens. You know, if you can see straight, you got to shake yourself out of some stuff here, because it's really taking you in the wrong way. So the thing is, we're not aware. That's what they're going. Remember, this person knows. They know the difference between good and bad. They choose to do the bad. That is their choice. Just know that there's consequences. Like, okay, done. Sorry, man, but that's, or woman, that's the way she goes. Okay. So that was the reading for the Gemini female in a coupled relationship. So over the holidays, stay safe, be kind, go outward in kindness, especially to the partner. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all of that. Take care, have fun, and be kind.